Is that fixed? Hey guys, what's going on? It's Gazathis. I usually don't make videos or get involved in stuff like this or make videos about stuff like this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Um, so first off, I'm gonna start off by saying I don't know if some of you know this, but I'm mixed. I'm just gonna get that out of the way right now. I'm not gonna say what I mixed with because I'm not gonna have somebody try to use that as some kind of bait. So, with that being said, I I'm a gamer. Um, get that out of the way too. I enjoy playing video games and whatnot. It's a side thing, but I also enjoy going to the gym, working out, stuff like that. I've lately been seeing a lot of stuff about GamerGate and all that stuff that's been going on with a certain company. I'm just gonna call them Sweet, just to shorten the name. But I've noticed, Sweet going around and harassing people and so on and so forth and trying to play the victim and whatnot. But it's kind of funny when the ones that sit there and accuse others of harassment are the ones doing the harassment to others themselves. I just want to get that out there and how they're trying to cause, discrimination and harassment and racism and stuff like that. It seems how they're trying to accuse others of something. It seems like they're projecting because they're the ones actually doing it. So, um, and here's the thing, right? They can come after me, whatever. I don't care. Um, that whole, cancel bull. Okay, yeah, whatever. You know, I can't be canceled. I'm just gonna say that outright because at the end of the day, my phrase to anybody that tries to come after me on some, oh, I'm gonna cancel you, is I'm gonna tell you the same things Thanos says. You know, at the start of Infinity War. You in the end, I know what it's like to lose. Dread it, run from it, yet destiny arrives all the same. Or should I say, I arrive. Um, and the thing is that the reason why I say, you know, I arrive is because I don't care. I've been somebody who's been banned, muted, all kinds of stuff from games back in the day, and it doesn't bother me because I just make a new account or I'll just start again, whatever, what have you. I'm no stranger to starting again. I've had to do it in real life numerous times. I've had to do it in games numerous times, and I'll do it. I do not care. So that whole cancel thing doesn't matter to me. I'm immune to that. I do not care. Um, and the thing is that I'll even do legal action against it. So, you know, there's that. Um, so no hesitation on that. Just saying on that. Um, so now that this has gotten and leaked over into, starting to leak over into games that I enjoy playing, and you know, a company that I have bought consoles from in the past. Well, one thing I'm just gonna say is I will not be buying another console from them again. In the foreseeable future, if they decide to go along with this agenda. And then on top of that, I will probably be switching operating systems if they continue to go on with this agenda. And hop on the train. So, all that good stuff. Um, I think it's ridiculous. Um, how you know certain companies and certain people want to double down on their decisions with this whole agenda thing going on right now, and I think it's a little ridiculous. Um, you know, um, I just find it funny how um, see if I can find an article real quick while I'm talking to you guys. But I find it hilarious how you know, and then I saw the article where they tried to go after a Markiplier. Like, are you stupid? That dude literally got on one day on Twitter and literally went and, you know, had said himself how he supports everybody's rights. Not just one person or one race's rights. He supports everybody's rights. Freedom of speech, freedom of expression, all of that. As well as I do as well. You know, First Amendment. I also support Second Amendment. So, you know, I find it hilarious how they you know, want to sit here and try to play victim, but they're the ones, you know, they're not the victim. They're a symptom of a disease. They're not the issue. They're a symptom, but they're a pretty big symptom, I would say. You know, they've found a way for their they seem to fail to understand that, you know, we know they've infiltrated everywhere. A lot of people seem to feel that we don't, you know, think that us gamers don't, you know, see what's going on. You know, I like how they think that we are just, you know, it's hilarious to me. It is super hilarious to me. But we see it. We see right through it. So, just gonna let that out there. Another thing is, Sweet really doesn't know how to take an L. I find it funny how they think. I like how they think that just because you don't see their point, or don't see the point, just because you don't agree with them, that you're all these, you know, harassment titles. You know, they want to give you a label, all this stuff. I just think it's funny how a community that sits there and is against labels, against titles, against harassment, against oppression, against all of these bad things, but yet they're the ones doing all the bad things they're against. I just, that point really gets me going. And this morning when I saw that they had went over what they had went, you know, tried to say something about Markiplier, and the really big deal for me was when they literally tried to trash Akira Toriyama. I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan. I've got a crap ton of Dragon Ball stuff on my wall over there. I've reorganized my room so you can't see the wall, but I've got almost an entire wall full of stuff up to this point. And anybody that knows that knows the minute somebody does something about Dragon Ball, or says something about Akira Toriyama or Dragon Ball or anything like that, I find it kind of ridiculous. So the fact that they went and said something about Akira Toriyama after he died, I'm just going to say right now, y'all are stupid. Y'all are stupid. That's ridiculous. And it's immature. Stop harassing gamers. Stop harassing people that have done nothing to you. And stop trying to cause a problem that doesn't exist. Because I'm going to tell you something. Y'all are flipping out over a problem that doesn't exist. At all. It doesn't exist and it never existed. So, that's one thing I'm going to say about that. I just find it so hilarious y'all over Sweet are just that you know, crazy. I can't get over it. And projecting that hard. Y'all are projecting hard. Y'all are projecting real hard. Wow. I've never seen a group who's so against negative traits be one of the core symptoms of those traits being shown against others when they're against it themselves. I know I'm repeating that over and over. It mind boggles me that people could be so, yeah, I can't. I'm gonna see if I can it's ridiculous to me. Let me see if I can find. I'll probably have to look it up. That's what it's looking like I'm gonna have to do. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look it up. Okay, so let me look it up here. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead, talk a little bit about this. So this right here, I think is ridiculous. Nobody literally had a problem with these kind of characters being made. Nobody cared. You want to know what's funny? A lot of people don't care about this kind of design characters. You don't know what they care about? Gameplay. Is the gameplay good? You can make an ugly character. You can make an attractive character. Nobody cares. Nobody ever cares about the look of a character. And here's the thing. I'll debate anybody on that. You want to know what I care about? Okay, character's ugly. Who gives a shit? Is the gameplay good? Oh my god, I can't believe the female character is attractive as hell. Oh, I gotta buy that game. Nobody has ever said. Because I've never said it. Because I don't care. You want to know what I'm caring about? Is the gameplay good? Is the mechanics good? Is the performance good? Is it optimized? I don't give a shit what the character looks like. How about instead, in a lot of games, how about instead of just, especially RPGs and whatnot, instead of like Fable and certain other RPGs, just make it where we make our own character instead of just throwing us into a pre-made character situation. And the thing is, the agenda that's been getting pushed lately on games, I think it's funny how they sit there and they're trying to take over other stories of games that have already been made. You want to know what the crazy thing about the game industry and the internet is? The ability to create whatever you want. Isn't that crazy? And you want to know what else is crazy? The access to game developing engines that people can have nowadays for amazingly low prices. It's almost like, and I know this is a bombshell. It's crazy, right? It's almost mind-boggling. But it's almost like these people, like Sweet and so on and so forth, it's almost like they can go get their own engine or make their own game engine and make their own games with their own stories. Oh my god. Oh man, wow. Wow. I know it's a stretch, guys. But man, wouldn't that be crazy? Wouldn't that be crazy if that was a thing? Man, I don't know, man. It's almost like I wonder if anybody's ever thought about this before. Oh wait, they have, because those are resources readily available to you. Y'all sitting here trying to infiltrate stories that are already made, infiltrate stories that have already been published, and characters that have already been made and published. When guess what? Y'all want to make suggestively designed female characters not a thing? Guess what? Make an entire game around that then. Stop picking up games like, either Final Fantasy or Witcher or shows or whatever. What's a game? That new Fable is supposed to be coming out. Certain things like Suicide Squad or Marvel games and stuff like that. Games that have been having that woke bullshit agenda thrown into it. Instead of infiltrating game series that are already made and already have a good series going on, how about make your own? I'm gonna tell people something. I don't give a shit what you do behind closed doors. I don't give a shit what you do in your life. You want to say you a tree? You a tree? Cool. I don't care. You want to say you out here and you go both ways? Good. Do it. Do you? Do you? You have that right of freedom. This is the United States. Don't force me to live your lifestyle when it's not for me. I don't have to live the way everybody else wants me to live. I live the way I want to live. And if I want to live being a mixed race male, 6'2", getting fit, enjoys gaming, then that's how I'm going to live. And ain't nobody going to stop me. So just know that. People don't care if you woke. Here's the thing, right? I don't care if you woke. Good for you, boo-boo. Do you. What I care about it is when it starts bleeding and affecting my life, affecting my free time, affecting my hobbies. You want to make a woke game? Go write your own character, your own story, with your own engine. Or shit, download Unreal Engine 5. Whatever engine suits you. It is easiest for you to use. Go download that engine. Write your own story for your own game with your own characters. Sell to your audience. Because here's the thing. That'll be more successful and your message will get through better if you do that than infiltrating the games everybody else plays. Stop infiltrating Marvel. Stop infiltrating Final Fantasy. Stop infiltrating all these games that have stories already set up and already made. And if you want to make that character in your game ugly as shit, go for it. Stop trying to force other people to live the way you want them to live. I usually just sit back, ignore this shit, and stay out of it, but I can't now. Because it's starting to bleed into my hobby. And when it bleeds into my hobbies, that's when it becomes my concern as well. But is Microsoft encouraging studios to not make suggestively designed female characters? And here's the thing, right? Again, as I said, you want to not make a suggestively designed female character? Good for you. Go do it. But don't come in here and take... Oh God, what could I use as an example? Hell. Not Power World. I don't even know. I don't even know because most of the games I have aren't anything like that. I mean, you want to go to, a game like Dragon's Dogma or okay, Baldur's Gate, right? You know, y'all want to go, y'all want to make a female character that's ugly. Don't sit here and go in on Baldur's Gate 3 and say, well, you need to make Shadowheart ugly because we want her ugly. No, that's not how that works. Oh, we want to shut down mods that make Shadowheart attractive. That's not how that works. You want to know what works? How about instead of worrying about how Shadowheart looks in Baldur's Gate 3, how about you go make a game like Baldur's Gate 3 the way you want it to be and go sell that? Because you know who's going to buy it? The audience you're trying to appeal to is who's going to buy it. Stop trying to force it. You're literally sitting here. You're sitting here trying to force a community who is never, ever going to buy your product and consume it. You're trying to force them to do that when it's not going to happen ever. Instead of trying to force people who want nothing to do with shit to do it, how about you sell your product to people who are already seeing your viewpoint and on your side and attract the community you want? Not try to attract the community you're against. It literally makes no sense on a fundamental business sense. It makes no sense. Stop forcing people that want nothing to do with you to have something to do with you. Because it's not going to work at the end of the day. Because they don't care. We don't care. We don't care. So, making game characters how you want, that's all well and dandy. Don't sit here and throw a fit because it didn't sell as much as Baldur's Gate 3 or Power World or whatever. No, dude, no, most of us gamers don't give a shit. We're just tired of seeing agendas put in our fucking games. Any kind of agenda. History of video games is fascinating and everyone should. Ones we have today, however, one of the biggest history we need to learn from in just the future is how female characters have been depicted in games. Microsoft seeing how take a step in the right direction. Nobody said this was the right direction, first of all. Who decided that this is a step in the right direction? Is Todd a simp? Nobody said this. Nobody said this. Nobody sat and said, oh, this is the right direction. Nobody said that. You did. You did. Literally nobody cares. None of us gamers care. Now this is ridiculous. Hold on. They have a page dedicated not just helping gamers feel seen via characters they witness on the screen, but they're asking developers to think about several layers of game development that can define their titles as stereotypical to the extent that have a questions to consider section that has the following things listed on it about female characters. Are you kidding? Playable female equals it? What is this? How do you put this in a sentence on an article? How do you use Bayonetta as an image for this article with this question down here? Equal in skill and ability to their male peers. Do people not know the power scaling behind Bayonetta? She's almost as broken as Dante or Virgil in Devil May Cry. In her version of that universe. She's literally on par in her universe. In her universe, she is the equivalent of her universe's version of Dante or Virgil. What do you mean? This within like 2 minutes of reading this, or a minute, you have one sentence and a picture that contradict themselves right off the bat. Do people not watch power scaling on a lot of females? There's a female anime where one of the females almost scales with Beerus in power. Beerus, the god of destruction from Dragon Ball. It's a Sailor Moon, yeah. It's like one of the strongest main characters from that show, because I watched the power scaling video and all that. She almost scales to Beerus. Almost. Beerus literally easily handles the fight, but she still gave him a challenge. Still made him almost go all out. What are we talking about? Equal in skill and ability to their male peers. Of course. How many games have been out already over the past, 50, 60, almost 100 years? Are we blind? I swear we gotta be blind. Holy. Matter of fact, Final Fantasy 13-2. Played the hell out of Final Fantasy, right? Final Fantasy 13-2. The main character's female, and she has the ability to see into the future and to fix things throughout time. Literally time traveling ability, and is a seer. I mean, that's Lightning Returns. And Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Returns. Played the hell out of that game. Guess what? Female protagonist. Guess what? She's literally God's servant who is sent to collect souls for his new world. And then goes and fights God, and your goal is to beat, not God himself, but Benevelza, or whoever, or, whatever the fuck he claims to be. He claims to be God, but, you go, you fight him, blah, blah, blah. You get the picture, right? You go, she fights him, and your goal is to beat Benevelza. If you play the game right and get the actual ending and whatnot. What are you going to meet? How are you going to tell me equal in skill and ability to their male peers in the gaming industry? What? What? What is this? Look at Dragon Ball Super. Kale and Caulifla. Two female Saiyans who literally learn how to go to Super Saiyan 2 and get control of Super Saiyan Berserk in an instant in like 3 episodes. Fuse into Kefla, who is again a Saiyan female fusion, who literally bodies Goku in his God in Blue form in the first 2 episodes that he fights Kefla. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Are we ridiculous? Like, it just astonishes me that they do this. Nobody does research. I'll tell people, I've been gaming for about 20, 21 years. I started at a very young age. I think I started at the age I didn't even know how to operate a damn Game Boy. I didn't even know how them damn things operated. I had to be showed how them things operated. My first game system, I think, was a Nintendo 64? Or was it a Game Boy SP? One of the two. Or a Super Nintendo at my aunt's? It is one of the two. Anyways, old device. And I remember, and that's when I started gaming. I didn't know what an A or B button or any of that is. And give me one sec, guys. Sorry. I started at a young age like that. So like I said, I didn't even know what an A button was, B button was, arrows were. I didn't know what none of that was. I remember having to learn what WASD meant on a game. I didn't know none of that. Are your female characters equipped with clothing and armor that fits their tasks? Now, I see arguments to both sides with this one. Because, yes, I think... Because I think... I think there's a good argument on both sides for this. Certain situations I can see where this is like, okay, why is this character dressed this way? Doesn't, not that anybody actually cares, but it's like, for example, right, you're like, say you're playing like a medieval game, right? And let's say the publisher says, hey, guess what? We're trying to keep this game true to history and historically accurate. And then, literally next screen, she's in a chainmail bikini. Okay, well, clearly that is not historically accurate at all. That's when those games are made, right? Not every game is made that way. There's probably been, 5 or 6 games in the entirety of gaming history that's been made that way. But still, in a way, nobody cares about this either. There's only anecdotal proof of where this matters. And it very slim. Do they have exaggerated body proportions? Jesus. Okay, now we're starting to get... Now we're starting to reach. I can't believe we're even doing this right now. I can't. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Exaggerated. I would say some of the characters I've been seeing recently from these so-called woke games has been ridiculous. Exaggerated body proportions. All of those questions come under the banner. Are you reinforcing any negative gender? There is nothing negative about the stereotypes that have been going on. If anything is reinforcing a negative gender stereotype, it's making ugly female characters. That's the reinforcing of negative gender stereotypes. Like, get out of here. What are you guys on about? Let's be honest here. If there are any negative stereotypes of gaming that need to be changed, it's how women are portrayed and have been portrayed for decades. We can give you dozens of examples. Dozens of how female characters have been designed or integrated into titles solely that they can use their appeal to lure in gamers. Really? Overt examples is Lara Croft. You cannot... Get out of here. Really? Y'all are reaching. Holy. Who cares? That's your literal article? Your article? Oh my god, wow. This is hilarious. This is hilarious. No, you want to know why, honestly, people played this game? Why people honestly played Tomb Raider? It was a female with guns. Sometimes you just want to get a game that's got... So what if she's attractive, but has an attractive female who has guns? Maybe it's... Joe maybe think that it may be a gameplay. That it may be a gameplay thing that they might play it. Okay, it's Lara Croft. Whoop-de-doo, yeah, so what? She looks a little attractive. Oh boy. Guns! Murking people! Hunting for treasure! Looking for mysterious temples to get treasure from. There's more to the game than that, and people will readily put that in reviews that there is more to that. What are you talking about, my dude? More average. Get out of here, man. average proportions. Get out of here, man. There was literally nothing wrong with any of the games at all. Y'all just triggered over some dumb Then there are characters like Bayonetta who weren't designed to be hot, but the gameplay was based around her losing her clothes while she attacked. It wasn't based around that, and there's a whole bunch of lore in the game. See, these people don't even... You want to say you come up with dozens, then give us the dozens of examples. You gave 2, which are the worst examples possible. What? What are you on? Jesus. Worst examples possible. Worst examples possible. Man. Oh, let's not forget a certain upcoming title where the developer admitted that they intentionally designed their main character to have a detail behind, because that's what you're going to see for most of the game. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. No, literally nobody cares. Detailed behind. Cool. I want to see the gameplay though. I want to see how good the game is. Is the gun or sword mechanics good? Is the combat mechanics good? How well is it optimized? I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about this. So what if it has that? Okay, cool. Good for the game. What's the mechanics though? And so what if it is? So what if it is? Right here. So what if it is? If that's what I'm going to see most of the game, good. So what if it is? No, you know what I'm going to see most of the game? The enemies I'm fighting in combat when I'm trying not to die in combat. Get out of here. Fighting game females, RPG females who are meant to sleep with the main character, and even icons like Samus or Ron have been held down by these stereotypes in the past. So Microsoft is trying to change things up. Good for the... Whatever. Okay. Yeah. Alright. This was clearly written by somebody who don't have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. And it's short. Literally says, we could give dozens of examples, and proceeds to give 2 or 3 that are poor examples and show none whatsoever of any kind of thing that they're talking about. Y'all just looking for some bullshit. That's all that is. That is all that is. But that's all random. I'm going to go on for this video. That's all I can say for right now. That's all I got time to say for right now. I could go on a whole 30-minute. Well, no, I've already did a 30-minute. I could go on for another 8 hours, but I'm not gonna do that. I may stream later today. Who knows? We'll see. But see where that goes. If you guys like the video, like, comment, subscribe. Hit notifications to see more videos that I've done. Comment down below what you guys think in your opinion. And you know, let me know what you guys think. I really think this whole Sweet, I'm just gonna say Sweet Inc., you know, everybody will know who I'm talking about when I say that. I think Sweet Inc., I think they really need to, you know, get over themselves. You know, let me know if let me know what you guys think about them, you know, and what you think about this whole woke agenda thing in gaming. I'm interested to see what people have to say about it, and interested to see if people, you know, agree with what I say on it. I think, you know, I think it's ridiculous. I think it's I think they need to stay in their lane, and I think if they want games to be a certain way, then they need to make them themselves, instead of sitting here trying to infiltrate and interfere with other studios. You know, if Sweet Inc. wants a game to be made a certain way, then they should make the damn game themselves. Stop worrying about what others do and what others play. I'm going to leave it at that for now. But, like I said, don't forget to like, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Subscribe if you like the content. Don't subscribe if you don't. As always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuce.